Okay. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all Missouri students, sponsored by the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate your participation. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many sessions that are being offered, so be sure to check out the full schedule at MOACAC.org. Also, the presentation is being recorded and will be available within a week with all other recordings as well at that same website, MOACAC.org. I'd now like to go ahead and turn it over to our presenters.
All right, thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we can go through this presentation together. There it goes. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us. My name's Whitney Dunbar. I'm the senior recruiter for Missouri Southern State University in Kansas City. We have a few other reps that all chime in and help take care of Missouri. And we have a special guest with us, Dr. Donna Johnson.
Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Johnson. I'm a professor of biology at Missouri Southern State University. And I have the privilege of telling you about our very unique early acceptance medical school program here in a few minutes. Welcome.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, well, some of you guys might be familiar with Missouri Southern a little bit, some of you may not. So I wanted to start off and give you a brief overview about us, and hopefully we can find out if we would be a good fit for you. So Missouri Southern State University is a four-year public university in Joplin, Missouri. So depending on where you're at in Missouri, from Kansas City, it's about 2.5 hours. From St. Louis, it's more of 4. But we're right there in the corner, southwest corner of the state, really close to that Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Kansas border as well. And we're a good medium to small size university. We have about 5,600 students on campus right now, and all of our buildings are located in one spot. So you are able to walk to class. You don't have to drive across town to get to your next course. All of our classes have an average of 25 students in them. So you really get an opportunity to get to know your professors, and they get a chance to get to know you as well, which really pays off when you're looking at those internships and part-time and full-time jobs. We have 140 different majors to offer as well. Most of those are bachelor's programs, but we do have a few associates and certificate programs as well. So I'm not able to dive into all of our programs during this time, of course, but I do enjoy discussing this. So if there are a certain program that you guys want to hear a little bit more about, make sure you put it in the chat function here or just reach out to me as well, and I'm more than happy to follow up with you later. I'll make sure my contact information is at the end of this presentation. But just overall, we offer 4 different colleges at Missouri Southern. So we have a College of Arts and Sciences, a College of Health Sciences, College of Education, and our Robert W. Plaster College of Business. So among those 140, some of our top 5 most chosen majors are going to be criminal justice, teacher education, biology, health science, and business. A lot of our degrees are hands-on, getting you prepared for the workforce for once you graduate. But with our criminal justice program, we actually have our own police academy as well. We offer students the ability to work in a DNA lab on campus, a mobile crime scene investigation vehicle, a black light room, fully equipped squad cars, indoor live firing range, and they just built a brand new justice center. So all of our pre-law majors get to utilize it, as well as anybody in the criminal justice system that might find themselves in a courtroom. Our teacher education program has been one of our top 5 most chosen for a long time. They do an amazing job getting teachers in the classroom as early as your freshman year to do those observations. And our biology program, I could talk all day about. We have brand new labs for biology and chemistry that our students get to utilize. We have our own cadaver lab, which is really unique for a school our size, and many different programs that you can dive into in biology. So whether you wanted to go into pre-med, which we'll talk about an option a little bit later, or if you wanted to do pre-vet or marine biology even, we have so many different options for you. Our health science program is very similar in that sense. You can study health science, but you can also focus on radiology, respiratory therapy, dental hygiene, or nursing. We also have a great EMT and paramedic program as well. All of those options have excellent placement rates on your final licensing exam. You'll get to utilize a simulation lab on campus that's set up just like a hospital. So whether you're doing x-rays on a patient or doing a dental cleaning, because we have our own dental clinic as well, you'll be in great hands at Missouri Southern. And our College of Business also offers many options. So if you're interested in international business, accounting, marketing, management, logistics, we have a lot of different options. And you'll start off taking some general education classes within the business. So even if you don't know exactly which route you want to go to, that's totally fine. You'll get to get your feet wet in all of those areas, and that'll help you decide which avenue you want to go into further. We also have some unique offerings too, as you can see over here on this list. So wonderful things to look into. If you have further questions on these, like I said, or curious if we offer a program, make sure you put it in that chat function and I will get to those later. All right, so at Missouri Southern, we have wonderful programs I just discussed, but we also have wonderful people on campus that you want to have the opportunities to get to know and explore. So we offer events on campus throughout the year, about 50 each semester. These are free for students to attend, and free when it comes to college students. It's very important. It's free entertainment, so you want to take advantage of it. Our events on campus can range from picnics. So again, that free food, free t-shirts. We've had bands on campus, we've had magicians, several different options. It all varies each year because we actually have a student club that helps decide on what to offer. It's our student cab. So that's one of our 70+ student clubs that Missouri Southern has. Some are departmental, some are religious, political, and one's just for fun to teach you a new skill set if you're curious about that. If there's ever something that you want to start and you don't see it on our list, you can actually start your own club, which is a great opportunity to leave your legacy at Missouri Southern. It's also a nice resume builder as well. We have a Student Success Center. This isn't something unique to Missouri Southern, so I want all students to be aware of this when it comes to college. You guys have access to tutoring centers and counseling centers, so don't be afraid to ask for extra help if you need it. All of us, we've all been there, so we get it. Take advantage of those opportunities, and then also if you're doing really well in a class and maybe you want to help others do well as well, you can be one of our tutors, and that's an on-campus job that we offer as well. We also have career services. So that's the office that's going to help you build a resume, look over your cover letter, help you do some mock interviews, and even help you search for that internship or that part-time or full-time job. So we are a Division II NCAA MIAA athletics program. We have 15 different athletic programs that we offer. You can see a few photos here. But if you are curious and looking at trying to play a sport at Missouri Southern, please go to that mssulions.com. There's a recruitment tab at the top that you can fill out your contact information and your stats. It's a great starting off point. That way coaches can get a hold of you if they're interested. I would also recommend contacting them, and if you can come to campus for a visit, seeing if they're available to meet with you as well. We've done several updates, so all of our athletes get to utilize the new customized weight room and the locker rooms in our north end zone facility. We also host different events throughout the year at the north end zone facility. As you can see in the photo down at the bottom, it has a nice big balcony that oversees our football field. So we have a few viewings throughout the year for that as well. If anyone's interested in band, choir, or cheer, we also have those at Missouri Southern in several different avenues to go. They all have their own audition dates. So I would recommend you go to the website and stay on top of that on when they are opening. If you have questions or can't find it, feel free to reach out to me or anybody in admissions, and we are more than happy to get you connected for that. The cheerleading is available as well on the athletics webpage. So again, it's at mssulions.com. And I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Johnson.
There we go. I'm Dr. Johnson, like I stated previously, professor of biology and environmental health, and I'm the director of the Yours to Lose program. The Yours to Lose program is an early acceptance medical school program. So that means if you're accepted into the Yours to Lose program, which you would apply December of your senior year, the deadline for applications is December 1st of your senior year. Then once accepted, then you have an automatic acceptance into medical school. KCU in Joplin is our sister school in this program. This is what we call a 3+4 program. And that means you'll be an undergraduate for 3 years. And at the end of those 3 years, you'll earn your Bachelor's of Science in Biology, not the Bachelor's of Art, but a Bachelor's of Science. And then the beginning of your 4th year, you will be a first-year medical student at KCU Joplin. So this program is different than many of the other early acceptance medical school programs. A lot of those are 2+4 or 4+4, but again, we're a 3+4. So you do have the ability to gain that extra year. So I just want to tell you why this program is so special. And you can see in that photograph of all the math students, that's our entering cohort. They began classes in August of this year. Well, these students go through their classes as a cohort or in a group. They have special courses that are themed courses for their gen ed courses, and even their majors courses have a heavy medical theme. Now, all of these students have been accepted into medical school as well. So there's not any need for these students to compete with one another. They're all at the same place. They're headed on the same track. They're going to be together for 7 years. So they create these incredible friendships and this support network where the competitive edge is not present. They don't, they don't feel that need because they're all already accepted. So when they're in their classes, they're truly learning for the joy of learning, and they're there to support one another. I know I'm around them all the time. I'm their academic advisor, and, I see them, snapping back and forth and helping each other work math problems and chemistry problems, and so-and-so had a flat tire, so someone needs to go pick them up. So this is a genuine cohort of students that are in it for themselves and for their other classmates. So a successful applicant, what they would look like, what their profile would look like, would be a 28 ACT score or 1310 of an SAT score. The math subscore has to be 22 or 540. The student will need to have a 3.7 cumulative GPA with 3.5 in math and science. We like to see evidence of extracurricular activities. Now, these are activities associated with school, so maybe the different clubs, but it's also activities in your community. You know, KCU has as their mission statement is, in their mission statement, it states to serve the community as physicians. So they want to see that in their students, and they really have that atmosphere. So anything you can do that would strengthen your application, you know, to show that you have a servant's heart. For example, maybe you have a youth group and you do various community projects, or maybe your clubs actually go out into the community and have projects, or maybe you yourself spend time at Salvation Army, or you know, at maybe a food pantry or something like that. So those are very important things to see. 3 years of math and 3 years of science. Calculus is preferred, but not required, but algebra and trig. And I realize some schools do not offer trigonometry because of their size, and that's okay too. That, you know, we do look at a student case by case and actually the high school that they attended. With that, when you make your application December 1st, and that's a solid deadline, then if you meet those criteria and everything is submitted on time, your ACT scores, your test scores, and your high school transcripts and your application, then you'll be invited for an interview. And that interview takes place the end of January on through February. And the committee, which is combined faculty from KCU and Missouri Southern, will make their selection. We have 25 seats and up to 15 alternates in, every year. So this is, you know, that's a very large cohort. So I would encourage you to apply. This program is for students that, you know, they've confirmed they want to go to medical school. This is getting you there in the fastest way possible. And you think, well, okay, so that'll save me a year of tuition, right? Because I'm only going to Missouri Southern for a year. Well, that's true, but the true savings and the true monetary benefit and life benefit is that you're going to be graduating from medical school 1 year earlier. You'll be finishing your residencies 1 year earlier. So that means that's 1 year earlier. You can make those large life decisions that maybe perhaps you've been putting off, you know, starting a family, buying a house, getting a new car, things like that. Because 1 year earlier, you'll be more financially stable and ready to, you know, start and, you know, have your school completed. So I would encourage you to apply if, you know, medical school is in your future. And if you have any questions at all about the Yours to Lose program, feel free to you can email me or phone me, and Whitney will give you some information on how to contact everybody in a little bit. And I just want you to know, we have our first class that's in medical school right now. They just started in July, and you know they are excelling. But they went through this program. We have it. The curriculum is very rich, and we have put them in a position where we think they will be the vibrant leaders at KCU and be very successful students. So again, if you have any questions, make sure you email me and ask me those questions. And I will give it back to Whitney, sorry, right now. Okay.
Good. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I should have put your contact information here, but don't worry, students, it's at the very end. So you'll just have to sit and wait. We'll get there in a moment. All right. So another amazing opportunity that Missouri Southern offers is our study abroad program. I know right now that's hard to think about, and every day things are changing in regards to this COVID-19 time. But Missouri Southern does have a really strong study abroad and international mission. So I do still want to mention that. and hopefully things will go back to somewhat of a normal scope to where we can continue this option with us. So we've had roughly 3,700 students over the year that have chosen to study abroad to close to 100 different countries. So we do grants available for students, whether you're doing a short-term trip, which is more of a 2-week trip. It's department-led, typically over the summer or a holiday break. And you can get a $1,000 grant for that. So that usually covers the flight, possibly a little bit of the hotel cost as well. And then we have this semester long, which is typically what you think of when you think of a study abroad. You can get a $1,250 grant to help cover the cost for that. And you can essentially choose wherever you want to go. So like I said, we've sent students to close to 100 different countries in the past, but we do have 16 different partnership programs. These are different universities across the world that have decided to partner with us to where you can attend school there, but you'll be paying the same price of tuition as you would if you were here in Joplin, Missouri and attending Missouri Southern. So that's another great option for you to help save some money and also give you the opportunity to see the world and learn about a new culture. If you are not wanting to travel to another country, which is understandable right now, we also have a national student exchange program. We're the only school in the state of Missouri that's a part of this program that actually allows you to take a semester away from us and travel to another university within the states. So there are at least one university at every single state to choose from this. And again, you pay the same cost as you would if you were attending Missouri Southern. We also have an international mission, and so part of that is trying to interculturalize campus as well. So even if you don't travel to another state or travel to another country through these options, we also choose a different country or region each fall semester, and we host events on campus. So by the time you graduate, you'll still have gotten the chance to learn about 4 different countries at least. So for this year, it's the Caribbean semester. We have guest speakers. We'll do movie festivals, we'll do food festivals, which is my personal favorite. We have certain books that are out there, music. It's a ton of fun, and it's something that you can't get just everywhere. And I know this is for Missouri residents. However, we've got quite a few students that live on the border. So if you happen to live in Kansas, but you attend school in Missouri, or you live on the Illinois side and you attend school in Missouri, that's okay. We still offer in-state tuition through our Lion Pride territory. So if you have friends even that are residents from any of these states here, we offer in-state tuition. And then that's stackable with all of our other scholarships as well. So it's another great way to save some money. Speaking of saving some money, scholarships is a great way to do that. So we offer quite a few different scholarships. Some are merit-based, some are performance-based. So as you can see here, this Presidential and Excellence Scholarship, that's what this chart is for. So there's no application process. If you meet the requirements, you automatically receive that. So the Presidential is $1,750 per year. The Excellence is $1,300 per year. And so it combines your GPA and your ACT or SAT score to see if you qualify for this. And we do accept super scores. And I know right now taking a test has been a little bit more challenging, to say the least. But if you are able to get in there for a couple of different test dates and take that, whether it's the ACT or the SAT, we're going to take those higher sub-scores for all of those to combine for a new average or a new composite score. And that's really helpful when it comes to scholarships. And that may get you to the point to where you receive one, or that may push you up to that next level to go from the Excellence to Presidential, for example. If anyone is doing the A+ program, even though we're a 4-year school, we still do our own scholarship for that. So as long as you graduate A+ certified and decide to come to Missouri Southern as an incoming freshman, you'll get a $1,000 scholarship, and that's stackable with the Excellence or Presidential as well. We have foundation scholarships that I want to make notice of. That's one of our few application deadlines that we have at Missouri Southern, and it's December 15th. So for all of my seniors listening in on here, make sure you guys go online to apply. The website's listed out there. You can also find the application just by going to that /scholarships page. But we have a little over 200 scholarships. They range from $400 to $7,000 that you have access to. Some are looking at academics, of course, but some are also looking at your major, community involvement, leadership abilities. I mean, it varies so much. So it's definitely worth the time and something that you'll need to apply for each year. We also have performance scholarships. So depending on your major, they may offer their own scholarships, including like music and theater. There's of course auditions for those. And then athletics as well. So they all do their own scholarships and they're divided out. And those are stackable with academic scholarships. If anyone's interested in an honors program, we offer one, and for the fall semester, the deadline is February 15th. So you still have a little bit of time to look into that. And it is recommended to go ahead and apply to Missouri Southern first, and then apply to the honors program. But they do offer our highest scholarships for incoming freshmen. You have to first get accepted into the program, and then it is competitive for those higher scholarships, as you can see over there. And like I mentioned at one point earlier with Missouri Southern, we're a really affordable university. So whether you are in the state of Missouri or a part of that Lion Pride territory, you pay the same price. So looking at a full year with us with 30 credit hours of school and living on campus in a traditional dorm, you can be all in for a little under than $14,000. So it's really good for a four-year university. As you can see on there with the fees, it's a big goose egg. We don't charge additional fees, and that is something to look into as you guys continue your college search. Those can sneak up on you, so you want to make sure you know what you're getting into and that you're finding a school that's within your price range as well. We try and make things as affordable as possible. So like I said, if you're looking at this $14,000, then you can just chip away from that for any scholarships or grants that you qualify for. And this is also based on taking 30 credit hours for the entire year, which is what we recommend to make sure you stay on pace to graduate in those 4 years. So residence halls. So we have technically 5 different options right now to choose from. And you are required to live on campus with us if you're outside of a 60-mile radius and under the age of 21. So we've got 5 different styles, like I said, to choose from, but opening up this fall, we'll also have the Lion Village. So they're gonna be brand new dorms. They're gonna have double style rooms, as well as suite style rooms, pod style bathrooms, and a lot more amenities as well. So as you can see here, we have the traditional dorm room. That was the price given earlier based on, you know, the total for the year. So it'd be you and a roommate. Our apartments, you still have a roommate, but each apartment has 2 bedrooms, so 4 people total. And then between you 4, you also share a living room and a common bathroom. So a little bit more space, a little more privacy. And then the suite style is very similar, but there's 2 bathrooms. So you're only sharing with 1 person. And then our quads is the only option that gives you an individual room and an individual bathroom as well. So it's still you and 3 other roommates, but then you share a full-size living room, a full-size kitchen, and a washer and dryer right there in your unit. And I didn't mention earlier, but we also have private style traditional rooms. So you don't have a bathroom, but you do have a room by yourself. All of our room options are all walking distance to campus, which is really convenient. You're able to have your car parked over there on dorm side. So some schools, I know that's not allowed. Missouri Southern, you can have that. Wi-Fi and cable is included, as well as all of our free laundry facilities. So yes, you will have to do your own laundry, but yes, it is free, and that saves you quite a bit. We have a game room, study rooms, movie theater, so lots of different options to get involved, to meet other people, and kind of get you out of your room and mingle. So they do fun events over there as well. And all of our residence housing, the application opens up in March. So it's the first business day in March. You do have to be fully admitted to Missouri Southern before submitting that, though. All right, speaking of getting admitted. So by now, I'm sure you guys are all eager to hop online and apply to Missouri Southern. You can just go to mssu.edu/apply. Then you'll want to request official high school transcripts to be sent to Missouri Southern. So they have to come from the school to count. And then your ACT or SAT scores, however, that's a little bit different. So we do require that, but that can be sent to us from you yourself. So once you take those tests and you get your scores, take a screenshot and send them our way. So whether you send it to admissions at mssu.edu, myself, and all of my contact information at the end here, but we'll get that taken care of for you. And then as long as you meet one of our 3 admission criteria, you'll be admitted. So either have that 21 ACT or 1060 SAT. And again, like I said earlier, we do super score. So if you are able to squeeze in a couple of tests, make sure you send us all of those scores so we can help you out with that. But if you don't meet that, that's okay. Maybe you meet the GPA. If it's a 2.25 GPA or above, you'll be admitted. Or if you're in the top 50% of your class rank. So again, you just have to meet one of those to be admitted. However, the higher the test scores and GPA, the more scholarships you can get as well. And we do currently offer campus tours. So we've got in-person options as well as virtual. So if you are able to travel down to Joplin, we are taking precautions, of course, and limiting the amount of people per tour. But we've got options at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, and then 1 p.m. Monday through Thursday. We also have virtual tours. So if you don't feel comfortable, or maybe you don't have the time to drive down to Joplin, totally understandable. Hop on to that campus-tours webpage that we've got and pick you out a virtual tour. So you still get to see campus along with dorms in a different format, of course. But then we also get you set up with an admissions presentation and a conversation to have with somebody within your major. So whether that be a professor or maybe it's a current student, and you can ask them questions about how school's going, how the classes are really like, so you get more of that one-on-one time still. And then we do have some larger group tour events. So again, they've put a cap on that, so they're maxed out at 50. That does include guests as well. But we have Join the Pride this fall and Show Me Moso in the spring. And these events allow you to tour campus, see all the dorms, of course, but then you're also getting to talk with financial aid. You're hearing a student panel. You're getting to attend a departmental fair. So that would be especially helpful for anyone who's currently undecided. You get to walk around and ask questions and hear from different professors. So I'll give you a good little bit of an insight into what each program offers and maybe help you narrow down your choices. So if you're interested in attending one of those, you can see the dates off to the side there. They do typically run from like 9 to noon. You do get free t-shirts at all of these events, but you can go to the admissions-events to see that, or there's also a link on that campus, regular campus tour page as well that will take you there. Okay, well, thank you guys again for hopping on here and listening to Dr. Johnson and I talk a little bit about Missouri Southern. Hopefully we'll all get a chance to talk a little bit further in the future. I've got this calendly.com/MSSU Dunbar. That'll take you directly to my calendar. If you wanted to schedule a one-on-one time, or say if your parents or guardian have questions and they want a like virtual presentation as well, please check that out and find a time that works best for you guys. If you just have a quick question or want to chat, my email and phone number are on there as well, and I'm always available and always want to hear from you guys. I also included Dr. Johnson's information as well, so she's got her email on there. And looks like we've got a couple questions, so I'm going to go ahead and hop over there. We've got about 10 minutes left.
Before you start, let me interrupt real quick. We had a couple people trying to raise their hand. If you people would just go ahead, you participants, and definitely put your question in Q&A, Whitney will be able to answer you.
Yeah, thank you for calling that out. I didn't see that. So, okay, the first question here while I'm waiting for some of the other ones, do we offer orchestra? Yes, that is one of the options. So we have, oh gosh, like I said, we have so many different options for band. We have orchestra, we have jazz band, pet band, marching band, several different groups. I don't know the correct term. I'm sorry, I'm not musically gifted at all. But whether you play like a wind instrument, or if you're a part of the drum line, they have those separated as well. So those are even additional options. Is there any on-campus jobs related to law enforcement, criminal justice? It's a great question. I mentioned a little bit about on-campus jobs in regards to tutoring, but I didn't elaborate on that. So I'm glad you brought it up. So as far as on-campus jobs related specifically to law enforcement and criminal justice, it's limited because both of those jobs, of course, require a degree and require some sort of passing like a license exam to be able to enforce that law. But we do have campus student employees at every part of campus. So our criminal justice building definitely hires student workers. It may not be exactly what you had in mind as far as like doing a ride along with our campus security, but they do have options over there, so you're still getting to work hands-on with them and getting to see a little bit more of an in-depth look. Our rec center hires probably the most student workers. So that's our giant gym on campus. It's 2 floors, has workout equipment on both levels, 3 basketball courts, locker rooms, classrooms for a class-led type workout. But we've got a front desk, we have trainers, we have referees and umpires for all of our intramural sports, and those are all run by students. So students get to work there. It's really flexible hours. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check into that. You can start applying for on-campus jobs, I believe 2 weeks after you enroll in classes. You'll have access to that. Good questions. Got a little bit more time. If you guys have more on here, want to hear about a specific major or any other opportunity that our campus has, make sure that you hop on here. Dr. Johnson, do you want to talk for a moment about any student workers that you have by chance? Or any extra opportunities like that?
Yes. In the biology department, we're always looking for student workers. As a matter of fact, I teach microbiology and we're looking for a worker right now. In the microbiology lab, we employ 2 student workers at a time, but we probably have a total of 10 to 12 student working or positions for student workers. And, you know, these are really handy positions, and not only in the biology department, but anywhere on campus, because you can go to your classes. Usually the hours with these student jobs are around your class time, so you can be in class, zip over and work a couple hours and go to your next class without having to get in your car and drive to the mall or wherever else they, perhaps you would end up working. So you're right there, ready to do that job. Tutoring jobs are wonderful jobs. You have to be second semester before you can do those. But if you excel in a subject, those are really fulfilling jobs for the students. I have a couple of advisees that are tutors, and they thoroughly enjoy being tutors. But if you're looking for a job, we always have jobs on campus.
I'm glad you brought up about the flexible hours too, because that's, I think, honestly, its main point. Right. Is the fact if you've got classes spread out throughout the entire day, it makes it really difficult to find a stable part-time or full-time job. So those are limited at 20 hours a week. In our office, we hire around 10 student workers. We have campus tour coordinators that take students out on tours when they're on campus. So lots of different options with that. I had talked briefly about clubs, and there's a question on here about that. We offer Greek life, and we do. So if anyone's interested in joining a sorority or a fraternity, we have those available at Missouri Southern. We have two sororities and 3 fraternities on campus. They don't have Greek life like housing on campus, but a lot of those students do choose to still live together off campus. They do fundraisers throughout the year for various nonprofits. They host different events. It's a really great opportunity to network with not only other people at our university, but also people nationwide that are a part of that same sorority or fraternity. So you never know when you're going to meet somebody, and that may be the connection you need during an interview, is the fact that they were also a part of that. So you never know. Like I said, we have departmental clubs. So if you want to dive all in with that biology club or business club, I was a part of those and I loved them. We do have like PBL and CDECA. They compete against other schools. They get to travel around. So I got to travel to 6 different states for free. And I got to meet a ton of different people from all around the nation. And I did that all through Missouri Southern, and again, all for free. There were places that I wouldn't have been able to travel to by myself and with my own money. So I made it very convenient to do that. Let's see, is there anything else? We've got a couple more minutes here. You guys can think about. Again, thanks for hopping on here and checking this out. We've got a lot of great information on the website if you want to explore a little bit about Missouri Southern. Are there any requirements to study abroad? They do require, I believe, at least 1 semester, if not a full year with us at Missouri Southern. So you can't be a brand new freshman and wanting to hop over to Switzerland or Australia. But that's really the main requirement for the grants. There is a certain GPA that they're looking at, but I believe it's just like a 2.5. So it's nothing too extreme. Those departmental ones, we have different departments that choose a different country each year and form that group, and they're the ones that organize those. But the individual ones is up to you. You could even find a friend and you guys go together. Can you double major? Yes, you can. So if they are similar, makes it very convenient and cuts down on the time that you're in school. If you're doing like dual credit or AP classes or something like that, then that's also going to cut down and give you some more flexibility. We just have a few more seconds here. If you're interested in 2 majors that are completely opposite, like music and nursing, for example, that would be extremely difficult. to complete that, and it would take you more than your 4 years. I would suggest maybe trying to get involved, choosing one and then getting involved in a club in another, or joining like the band or choir to still have that music ability. Good question.
Okay, gosh, I'm going to have to wrap up things here for us. Thank you so much for the information. It was terrific. I think that you answered a lot of our participant questions, so thank you again for being here tonight. And participants, just a couple quick things. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick, just so that you could get some tips here. Okay, again, just real quick, when you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We hope that you'll take time to give us some feedback so that we can continue to grow this program. Also, this is just one session available to you, but you can see what else might be coming up at the website www.moacac.org. And a recording of this session as well as other sessions are also available at that same website, again, moacac.org. We thank you very much for being here tonight and hope you have a great evening. Thank you.